There we go.
Alrighty, hey Frey family, how are you? Mr. D here. I hope you're having a great fall break. So what does school look like? What is it going to look like for a day at Frey? And so that's the purpose of this video. We have many families and students who are new to Frey, you've never set foot in the building before, and so trying to empathize with you. It's time for us to, and for our families who've been here for a long time as well. I want to show you what the day is going to look like through every part of the school. I apologize for the length of the video, but I think it's going to be informative for you. We're just going to jump into it. I do want to show off our brand new logo and our vision here. Embrace, encourage, empower. Telling our students to embrace the day, every day. Students, all of you listening out there, I need you to pay attention on this. You may even want to take some notes, kiddos. And that's it. So from the Frey main lobby, I'll see you in a few minutes out at the carpool line. All right, hey, here we are again. This is Carpool. So this is our first stop for you today. I have a few things to go over with you because this is going to be pretty important. And as you can see, I'm ready to go to school. It's time. I got my lunch, I got my backpack. Ready to get out of the car or walk up and have a good day. So let's talk about a couple things here. The most important thing, parents, you're not going to be allowed in the building. This is the area, as you can see, I'm kind of out at the end of the carport here where this will be as far as you can go. And I know, especially for our kindergarten and our first grade kiddos and those who may be new, I completely empathize with you. So what we've done here is we have our counselors. Actually, the counselor, one of the counselors, an intern from Durham Middle School is actually going to be here with us as well. And we're going to have a lot of staff, all hands on deck out here in the carport and also over at the Busport here, which will be over there in just a few minutes. But I want you to prepare your kiddos for this moment, okay? This is the point where, you'll have to hand them off to us, and we're going to take care of them. We're going to make sure they get to the right place, and I want you to understand that. All right, we're going to do our very best. Car riders, as you can see, we've got our carpool line. You'll see it clearly marked, and every station has a number by it. If you're new, you'll see the numbers on the pole, and we'll talk about those in just a second. A lot of parents do park over at Durham early in the morning, which is over basically where you see the school buses, and they will walk over here. You got to be really careful of the traffic sometimes going in and out, but that's going to happen. You're going to have people who walk over. So again, as you walk up, this is kind of the area where you'll need to say bye to your kiddos and get them on into the schoolhouse. So once again, please prepare them for that. An update on carpool. So we're going to have staff wearing gloves, so we'll be able to open your doors. I know we initially said no, but after talking with everybody about it, we'll have gloves on, so we'll be able to open your doors just like normal. So I want you to feel comfortable with that. Okay, so we're going to follow along with me. I got Mr. Massey, our head custodian, here filming for me today. So as your kiddos walk in, you notice I'm on the right side. Once again, I got my backpack, my lights, I'm ready to go. And we're going to stay onto the right side all the way around into the building. But I have one other thing to show you. When you are a car rider, in the afternoons, you'll have to have a car rider tag. So all the way down there, if Mr. Massey can show, you see the number 1 on that station. And then all the way down the end, we have a B. We call that 0 station. So if you need to pick up a car tag after you drop your kid off, you're going to head on down and wait there. We'll make sure that you get a car tag of the appropriate grade level, just one, okay? But we don't need to be stopping in the car line. The car line, we got a lot of people, and I'm expecting quite a bit. We have over 500 something students returning. So as you come through the carpool here, I'm going to need you to keep on moving, say your hugs and kisses real quick like, and let's go on to school. So we're going to head on into the building now, right? Again, I got my backpack ready to roll. I'm staying on the right side. You come up through the door. The doors will be open. There'll be staff members out here ready to go and bring your kiddos into the school. So next, we're going to go over to the Busport, and I'll talk to you more about that from there. All right, here we are over at the bus buses. We just left the carport. We're at buses now. That's Durham Middle School over here. We have the big giant Busport, and all the buses are parked here. So, Mr. Massey, come on down with me. There are lanes for each bus, just like they're parked right there. And that's about where our buses park for all of our general education students, okay? The adults out here will let you off one bus at a time. So if you'll stay there, Mr. Massey. So as you come off of your bus, you're gonna come on that side. I'm gonna be on this side over here. All right, and if you're curious as to how far to stay apart, just open your arms up and go a little bit more than that, all right? You're gonna come over on this side, you're gonna have your mask on, and you're gonna walk right into the building from here. Now, our special education unit classes, all right, that's our SID-PID, that's our MOID, our autism, and our special needs pre-K, those unit families, you're all parked right here. All right, the buses, that is, the special ed buses will all be right here. And again, we'll have plenty of staff out here to help bring you into the building. So I'll reiterate that one more time. Plenty of adults on hand to help get our kiddos in the building because we can't go any further than this. But again, this is all buses, everything. Special ed unit buses and our general education buses, all right? I'll be back out here in a little bit and we'll talk about dismissal. So here we go. Okay, here we are back in the main lobby. I'm a car rider. I'm coming into school and I'm either a kindergarten student or I'm a first grade student. Okay, so kindergarten and first, I need you to listen up and watch where we're going. This is really important. So I just came in the door right here and here I am going into the building. We got our beautiful lobby here. Remember, as I told you last time, we're on this red line right here, okay? So I'm going to class. You'll see we've got all of our safety signs up to remind you about washing your hands and all that. Here I'm staying on the red line. Now, let me tell you who's down here real quick. All right? We have Dr. Gay. We have Mrs. A. Down here we have Mrs. Cerruti. Just past that is Mrs. Scarpinato. On this side over here is Mrs. Vaughn. And then Mrs. Rutledge. All right, so if you have any one of those teachers, this is where you're going to go when you come into the building. Here we go. You'll see our beautiful Frey flame mural that was painted when the building, this building was constructed in 1996, the year of the Olympics, so that's why we are the Frey Flames. All right, here's our other kindergarten hallway, okay? This is Mrs. Zitzman right here, one of our SID-PID teachers, our MOID teachers. Down here, all the way down, we have Mr. Fleming, and then we have Mrs. Silvers, all right? And over here, we have all the way down is our special needs pre-K unit with Mrs. Grimmer, okay? So that's kindergarten are on these two halls. So let's go this way down to first grade. This right here is Mrs. Gully. She's our unit team lead, and this is our SID-PID classroom, and Mrs. Cecil is on the other side of her. This should look familiar to you. This is the Busport where we were just at. So, stay there, Mr. Massey. As we're coming in on the buses, it's the same thing if you're in the car. Same thing, you're going to get on the right side and find that red line. Right side on the red line. Here we go. We're going down to first grade. So this is Mrs. Cook, Ms. Hageman's room for ESOL and for special ed. This is Ms. Casase's room. These two classrooms on this side are Mrs. Sanders and Mrs. Orr. Everybody else, starting from right here, Mrs. Crawley, all these down here are our first grade classroom. So we have Mrs. Crawley, we have Mrs. Jones, and Mrs. Faust. Past that, we have Mrs. Nicken, Mrs. Lassiter, all the way down on this side. She's our team leader. All the way on the other side at the end is Mrs. Elmore, and then right here is Mrs. Sims' class. So that's first grade. Kindergarten and first grade. Replay this as you need. These are your classroom locations, okay? Okay, here we are. We're back in the lobby again. We just did kindergarten and first grade. Now we're going to go do second grade and third grade. So we're going to follow me here. Again, we're going to get on the right side of the hall. Sometimes you won't be able to walk on a red line, and that's okay. Okay, you're just going to stay on the right side. So if you're a second grade student, second grader, you're going to come down this hall here. You're going to pass the main office. This is the main office where a lot of fine, friendly faces. You'll see them, and make sure that you say hey as you're going by. So here we go, right side on the red line. Once again, here's our clinic. This is where you come if you're not feeling very well. Moms and dads, you know, this is our clinic. We'll have some distancing spaces set up out here, one person at a time in the clinic for safety purposes. And then right here, into this first room here, this is going to be our isolation room. If we do have a student who perhaps has symptoms, we're going to put them here with an adult and the proper sanitizing and disinfectant area around them, and wait for you to come pick them up if necessary. Our nurse has been trained, and our district nurse actually is housed in our building as well on the symptoms that a child may have that would require a phone call. So we call it the isolation room. I don't want you to think that a kiddo is going to be left in there. It's just where we're going to put them if we suspect, if they have a fever or they perhaps are contagious, until you're able to come pick them up. But they'll have an adult with them. Okay, so no worries about that. Second grade, again, here we go. We're going down to second grade hall. I'm on the right side of the hall. Okay, so here we are. I'm going to keep on walking right here. We have Mrs. Asher. Right next to that, right next to her is Mr. Navarra. And we go on down here. This is Mrs. Darby. And then all the way at the end, Mrs. Pinkard. And then the last classroom on this side is Mrs. Scaturo. And then over here, we have Mrs. Tubb. And she's all the way on the end on that side. We have some other things up here, but for second grade teachers, this is where you're going to go. All right? Okay, that was second grade. This is third grade. So I just came into the school. I'm on the right side, and there's my red line again. So here we go. I'm going to third grade. Walking down this hall. This is where our counselors are. We have Mr. Zari, Mrs. Jones in here. So good folks, this set of doors right here goes out to our field. And we have 3 recess areas, and we'll talk about those in a minute. Uh-oh, I just came to a big intersection. I don't know a way to go. You see that sign right there? It says third grade. Here we are. So we're going to go on down to third grade. And I am going to point out to you, because we just passed the gym, and there are art, our Math 360 lab, our STEM lab are all down here as well. There's the art room. So if you're going to third grade, you're also going to go past these classes where you'll spend some more time. This here is our STEM lab with Mrs. Melton. You'll be visiting her during your specials rotation. All right, so this is third grade. Now remember, second grade is over on this side, on the other side of the school. We're on the red line again. Here we have Mr. Hardman in the Math 360 lab. This is one of your specials, okay? And it's actually pretty cool. I want to show you this because this is a new class that we got this year. We were able to put together. And the concept is pretty cool. Look at all these dry erase boards around every room, around every wall, excuse me, even over here. So in this classroom, you'll be rotating through math lessons where Mr. Hardman can sit right here and watch everybody do the work at the same time. It is a really cool concept. So anyway, back to third grade. Here we go. All right, so we have Miss Pirro on this side. Remember, I'm on the right side of the hall. I have Miss Tyson right here. All the way down on this side, I have Miss Downey and Mrs. Ranieri. And then over here on those last 2 rooms, Mrs. Willis is always, she's on the very end, and Miss Musial is just before that. So again, this is where you'll go if you're in third grade. I'll see you again in a few minutes. Hey, guess what? We're back in the lobby again, right? Okay, so I'm coming in off Carpool, and you know that down the hall is where you come in from the buses. We're going to go down to 4th and 5th grade now, and one thing I want to point out is how you're going to get to breakfast. It doesn't matter what grade you're in, all right? And I'll talk about it when we get down if you come off the bus as well. But everybody who's going to go to breakfast, you're going to go the same way that the 4th and 5th grade students do. And I'll show you where to peel off and go to breakfast, okay? So here we are. We're back in the lobby again. 4th and 5th grade. Once again, we're going to stay on the right side. See our signage, and you remember what's going on there. Once again, if you're watching, this is kindergarten again. We've already talked about that hallway. Here's our beautiful mural again. Actually, I'm not on the red line, I'm sorry. I got to be on the red line. Our custodians, we got a great custodial team. They're out here cleaning, so getting the school ready and clean for you. So, all right, here we go. This is where we're going to turn. Remember, this is that other kindergarten hall I told you about. And you come in from the bus right there, okay? And if you come in from the bus, you're going to be on this side. I'm going to go around this way now, so follow me. You got to skip across. I'm staying on what side? I'm staying on the right side. Very good. I do want to take a quick pause and show you this. This is our house room. We have we have a house system here for points and motivation and things of that nature. And we were also able to get a 3rd computer lab. So this is excellent. So now we have 3 computer labs on our campus. Each one of them has 30 desktops in it. They're not the fastest things in the world, but they do give us access to technology. But either way, this is where some counseling lessons will take place. And you'll see we spent a lot of time last year preparing for this room. So anyway, we'll go back out to the hall. On we go. So again, I'm a 4th or a 5th grade student, or I'm going to breakfast. All right. So here we go. I'm at another hallway here. Now remember, all the way down there is 3rd grade. Here's the cafeteria. And we're going to come back and talk about the cafeteria in a few minutes. But this is where you'll go if you're going to breakfast, all right? But if you're a 4th or a 5th grade student, we're going to go this way. We're going to say hey to a couple of our custodians who are working their tails off. Here we go. This is the 4th grade section of the school. Here's Miss Massey right here. This is the other Sid Pitt classroom, Miss Cecil. Say hello to Mr. Little, Mr. Nadolny here.
Hi.
Kind of working away, getting ready. This is Miss Allies classroom, 4th grade. This is Miss Goforth, and I believe we have some of our fine kiddos in here saying hey today. Say hey, Miss Goforth.
Hello.
Very good. Here we go. This is our EIP suite. We have Miss O'Connell and Miss Tucker in these offices here, where some of you will receive some small group instruction. Pretty cool. This is Miss Chaffins. And then everything, we have Miss Barnhart right here. And then every classroom down the rest of this hall is all 5th grade. Okay, so we have Miss Ross, Miss McRory, Miss Farmer, Miss Roundtree, and then on this side, all the way down is Mr. Tessar and Miss Janisi. All right, so that's all the 5th grade. So down this hall, 4th and 5th grade, and I showed you where to go to breakfast. Now we're going to go into the cafeteria, and I'm going to show you what that's going to look like.
There you go.
Hey everybody, okay, it's time to talk about the cafeteria, right? Big question marks. What's going to happen in the cafeteria? So again, let me tell you where we are. This way is 4th and 5th. All the way at the end of this hallway is 3rd grade. So we have 2 entrances to our cafeteria. Here's one, all right? We have our signage up here on the wall, kind of ready to go there. So I'm going to show you this entrance, and then we're going to go in from the other one so you can see both of them. This entrance down here is right next to the gym. I'm sorry, I'm not on the red line. See there, I got to get my habits a little better too. So anyway, you're going to stay on the red line. I'm going to step out here and show you a couple things. So here's the gym, and you'll see that right there. Going into the cafeteria, we have a dispenser station for sanitizer. We've got 5 of these that were given to us. We're going to talk about sanitizer and the disinfectants in just a little bit. Let's go into cafeteria. Okay. So Now we're gonna have to do a little differently in the cafeteria here when it comes to staying on the right side. If you come in that door over here, then you're gonna stay on the right side. You're gonna go down the blue wall and then in through the door, okay? If you're on this side, you're gonna come down the left side here. So let's go on this side right here. I'm gonna talk about seating capacity in a minute. I'm on the left side. Remember, I'm quiet. I'm gonna come in, I'm gonna go right into the serving line. And right here, you're gonna see, this is important, kids. Kids, I need you to listen up. You're gonna see these signs. These are the distancing signs. So as you come in, you're gonna need to stop on each one of them, okay? This is really important. In the cafeteria, you have got to stop. So here we go. I'm gonna go on through now. I'm gonna come in. Everything's gonna be given to me. All you have to do is say what flavor of milk you want, if you're drinking milk. The cafeteria staff are gonna put everything on your tray for you, and they're gonna hand it to you. You're not picking up anything. So come on in, Mr. Massey. So these, I don't know that these will be up, but you have sneeze guards here and here. But again, you're gonna tell them what you want, and they're gonna hand you the tray. Okay, the sneeze guards will be up for that. So I want you to listen to instructions, and again, moms and dads, make sure that you talk about the importance of these distancing stickers right here. Okay, and for all of you, lunch and breakfast are free. We don't know when that's going to stop, but I think that's great. All right. So, and then parents will also be talking about some allergy stuff, a little spreadsheet with that, just to make sure that Miss Ginger, our cafeteria manager, has the information that she needs for your kiddos. So please stay tuned on that. Anyway, if you're coming in from the other way, you're going to do the same thing, kids. All right, you see all the markings on the floor. And we're going to come out into the cafeteria now. Okay, once you're here, your teacher is going to show you where to sit. All right, and we will be skipping a seat. You will not be sitting side by side. If we do that with all these tables here, that gives us about 350, 360 seats. All right. But we're on an A-B lunch schedule. That means that one day you'll be eating lunch in here, and the next day you'll be eating in your classroom. So basically have half the amount in here as normal. And this is one of those areas that you're really going to have to try and do your best to stay in your seat. Raise your hand if you have questions, okay? Use your napkins, and take care of yourself in here, because this is probably between here and the gym, it's going to be the closest place that you'll be to a large group of people. So, and that's the best that we can do. We only have about 250 students on each day coming through, since we have a little over 500 coming back to face-to-face. So we split that number in half. 250 that rotate through during about a 3-hour block, 2.5-hour block from lunchtime. So we will have some space in here, which is very important, okay? But I just wanted you to show, parents, to show you what that looks like right here. So skipping seats, and as we start, we will adjust. If we see ways to make more room, we will do that. The annex over here, the tables will be down. But this is for our special ed unit teachers and some of our staff members that are over here, okay? Now, parents, I do want to tell you something here. No cash. There is no cash at the registers, okay? It'll all have to be on the account balance. So let's just say that we have either chips or ice cream as something that Miss Ginger wants to give you the option to take care of, then your child will need to have money on their account in order to purchase those things. There's no cash. They can't touch it. There's no reason to bring it in the building. You won't need it. And then also, parents, this goes throughout the entire building. And I know this is, again, just one of the circumstances that we have to deal with. It's cupcakes and cookies, birthday treats. We can't have any of that in the building. You can't send it in, none of that. We can't have it in the classroom. It can't be brought onto campus, period. Those celebrations will have to take place at home. And again, I hope you understand, but that's just the situation that we're in. So in here, the only thing our kiddos will be doing is eating lunch and going back to class, or recess, or the bathroom breaks. Okay? Hey, I'm in the gym now. I've been bouncing all over the school, and no, I did not play basketball in school. I'm not the greatest, but I do enjoy it. Anyway, let's go ahead and look at the floor real quick, because one of the cool things about the gym is that we already have places marked for distancing. So Miss Callahan and Miss Shumpert are going to use these spaces to spread you out. Now, our virtual PE students, you'll have 2 recorded lessons per week. You'll submit your answers, I think, maybe through Flipgrid, and then you will receive feedback on those. They're working that out right now. So look forward to that. And also, there's only going to be 1 class in the gym at a time once we're kind of up and running. There'll be, and weather permitting, the field that I showed you earlier out here, that far end is going to be our second PE classroom. We are very fortunate where we have 2 PE teachers, so we can split like this and still make things safely happen. So once again, this will be one of those classrooms, as with all of our specials, which are the gym, our music classroom, our fine art classroom, our STEM lab, and our Math 360 lab. All of these have larger amounts of students, and they have shared equipment, and there's a lot of movement. So this is an area, when I talk about the sanitizers and the disinfectants in a little bit, where I'll tell you our plan. But kids, again, will be sanitizing before and after, and they will be allowed to bring their water bottles into the gym. So parents, make sure that you talk to your kiddos about, how to handle their water bottle. Keep the lid on it, keep it closed, etc., just to make it safe. So once again, it's going to be pretty cool. I never was much of a basketball player. Let me take you out of here by draining one real quick. All right, so here we're at recess now. It's time for recess for classes and a little bit of ASP. One of the things that you'll notice about our school, we are very blessed to have the amount of property that we do. Alatuna Bike Park is back there, and I can actually ride my bike through the woods and get to the trails. But anyway, we are very blessed to have the amount of land and property that we do. It's awesome. Right there, that set of double doors is where you come out of the building. That's kind of right in the middle of the school. This playground right here is 2nd and 3rd grade. The playground over here in the distance, it's 4th and 5th. And then all the way on the end down there is our kindergarten and 1st grade playground. ASP is going to utilize these as well. We're going to have an outdoor gym, 2 classes for our gym. We have 2 PE teachers, so one of them will be on that half of the field for an actual classroom. And then over here and dotted throughout, all of the teachers have gotten together and they've separated spaces so that we can have plenty of outside time and plenty of safe room to play. The sanitizing plan is this. Kids will sanitize their hands when they come out, and they'll sanitize them when they get done. That's about the best thing that we can do that's feasible to keep our hands clean when we're working and and when we're playing on the playground. So just know that we are, the teachers have worked out a really good plan for this. So any questions that you might have, just make sure that you ask your teacher. We're in Miss Massey's classroom here. Let's talk about the classrooms. I know parents want to know what's up with all the social distancing. What is our classroom going to look like? So come on in. Now, Miss Massey has set this up in a very cool way. And you will see that across the school. This is just one example of the hard work that the teachers have been doing to try and distance and make as safe an environment as possible. So let me show you a couple things. First, you'll notice, let's just take these 2 tables right here. We got the distance here, and we have the distance here. She has a sanitizer and some Kleenex. We will be providing chemicals for every teacher, including sanitizer and disinfectant. I'm going to explain those to you in a little segment in just a minute. But again, so it's going to be fairly normal. We won't have carpet time in the older grades. They'll be working a lot from their spaces. We will have some flexible seating as well in some classrooms, which is basically, just an alternate way to kind of spread out and take a seat. If you're like me, I like to move, so A lot of our students out there like to do that, but we still have, every classroom has the 70-inch Recordex panel. And so what's going to happen with our virtual kiddos is between this panel, between the teacher's, which she's got a really cool setup over here, the teacher's desktop or her laptop, and then the document camera. This is how we're going to teach and keep that virtual environment engaged. So we can see everything by adjusting this camera and putting it up. Virtual kids can see everything, just like you're a part of the classroom. As I know, we do have some virtual kids who want to be in the building. I get it. I would too, you know, but understand the situations. And so we've had a lot of conversations about making sure that you're as involved as possible. So every teacher has a setup like this. We will also have two other items which are coming, just not quite sure of the date, but we'll have desk barriers, which will be a little screen, and teachers are going to have a Bluetooth microphone so that they can walk around the classroom, not have to stay right by the laptop for all of our virtual kids. So teachers are going to sort this out, and it's a little fluid. They're going to make adjustments and tweaks every day after we see what this looks like. But I just wanted to give you an example real quick of a fourth grade classroom, you know, what's going on here. We're going to step over to kindergarten next. All right, hey, we're outside kindergarten now. It's Mr. Fleming's classroom. So let's go in and take a look how one of our kindergarten teachers has set up for the day. Here we are. Nice. One of the things we are blessed with at Frey is large classrooms. And so this is pretty cool. And you'll also see that we have bathrooms in all of our kindergarten classrooms as well, so they have that separate space to go as they need. And let me just walk you around the classroom. As I mentioned earlier, we have all of our teachers have the document cameras right here, which this will just simply go up. And there's the camera part. So again, this will flex up, and our virtual students can see the whole classroom and hear the teacher and see the teacher as well. Here's the laptop, so that will work again in combination with the Recordex panel where all the students can see. Now, we have talked quite a bit at the primary level, kindergarten, first and second, about carpet time. This is it's a point of concern. Our custodians are going to be fogging these classrooms every Monday night, all day Wednesday, and then on Thursday nights. That's an appropriate routine for them to do that. So this will be part of the items that are fogged. But we've come to the conclusion that as long as students are spread out, that carpet time is okay. And we're going to give the students the option to sit at their tables as well. They've worked it out. They've already been having conversations with you about it. So I feel pretty safe. The kindergarten team is a rock star team, so they're going to be taking care of the babies. Over here as well, again, dividing the tables. We will have the desk shields soon. So you can see we've got a little bit of distance here. Plenty of space in these rooms to make the academics happen. We've talked about handling all the leveled readers, the books that they're going to have, the manipulatives and things of that nature. And I'm going to talk to you again about that when we do the sanitizing, disinfectant segment here in just a few minutes. So this is a kindergarten classroom. Okay, everybody, this is the last segment of the video. Thank you for your patience, and again, I apologize for it being so long, but I just wanted you to know what we're up to in this new model. This has never been done before, so I wanted you to have the information. I'm sure I've missed something somewhere, but we'll get things answered. But as I've been telling staff, being flexible, creative, and accountable, very important for you as well, parents. As we embrace this new hybrid model, we have to be that way because we've never been here before, and it is going to take a little patience. So just a couple of reminders about the lobby. So we are having ASP, and you are allowed only in the lobby to pick up your child. You will see these signs right here, 1, 2, and 3. No parents, no anybody beyond that except for staff and students. The ASP desk is right here, so you will come up into the car rider line when it's time to pick up. You'll be buzzed in. We do need you to sign out, and then you'll see we have sneeze guards here. We also have sneeze guards in the main office as well for those who have to wind up, coming into the school for any particular reason. So But that's it. That's the only time that parents are allowed in the building is to pick up your child from ASP. And I'm going to ask that you please do that as quickly and as appropriately as possible so we can keep contact to a minimum. All right, so let's talk about what is all this stuff? This is crazy, right? Man, we've got them. I'll tell you what, between our local school budget, our the Cobb County School District, and GMA, we've been provided all sorts of stuff. So we already have sanitizer in classrooms in the little bottles. We have paper towels on the wall in a number of different places. By the way, water fountains will be covered up, but the bottle dispensers will be used every day and they will be cleaned every day. But anyway, let's take a look at a couple of these things here because I really took a serious attempt at understanding the difference between a sanitizer and a disinfectant. I've had a lot of conversations on my fabulous administrative team and our team leads about what they might need, about what will work, because what are you going to do with crayons? What are you going to do with 1s and 10s and 100s blocks for math? What are you going to do with leveled readers? A lot of these things, what are you going to do with keyboards? A lot of these things, they need attention on a regular basis. We're shut down on Wednesdays. There will be a full fogging and cleaning going on by the custodial staff. On Monday evenings and on Thursday evenings, we will also have a specified set of areas that are fogged as well. So let's jump in and talk about what we're going to be using in the building. This is one of our sanitizing carts. This is an idea that we came up with. Because they're mobile. It's great. This is in addition to all of the fixed locations in the bathrooms, cafeteria, etc. These are mobile and have a trash can that's attached. We have a center pull paper towel. This is attached right here. That way you can just pull and go. And what you'll see on these carts are sanitizer, right? And then liquid hand sanitizer. They both serve the same job, but this one is the ethyl and this one is the isopropyl. This is called Sursanahan and it's a 70% and it's a little watery, but it is definitely a sanitizer. And this one is the gel and it's the same thing. We have quite a few of these around the building. Plus with GMA, the supplies that came to the school, over 100 gallons of sanitizer that we have to keep these things refilled. These will be in the classrooms as well. So that's what's on a cart. And also we have our stand-up hand sanitizer stations as well that are automatic, and there are 5 of those around the building. When it comes to keyboards, a fine mist from the fogger will work on the keyboards. You cannot spray directly into a keyboard. The other solution for us is to use wipes. We have plenty of these that will be dedicated to our 3 computer labs to take care of those keyboards. All right. Now, how are teachers going to disinfect their items in their classroom, the shared equipment items? So every teacher is going to have a bottle this size with a chemical called E23. It's from Buckeye. It's a disinfectant, and we have a lot of it. But teachers can safely spray it, lay out shared equipment and spray it, and leave it for a couple minutes, and it will be fine to use. So that's the plan right now, that every teacher has a bottle of sanitizer in their classrooms, as well as their own bottle of E23. You can look that up at Buckeye International to find out more information about it. But that gives every teacher a hands-on approach to take care of items in their classroom real time, which is pretty cool. All right, this is the fogger chemical. Now, as you can see, it's clear. It's called hypochlorous. It's from the Genion system, and we do have 3 foggers now that we have in the building used. The custodians are going to be using this because it takes time to make it, and it's a little on the pricey side, and so that's why the custodians will be the only one handling this. This is a disinfectant, the same as E23. This is what the custodians will have in their hands all day long. As they rotate through the building, they're going to be wiping down doorknobs and the corners of walls, flat surfaces, just a continual rotation of these items through. But this is a disinfectant as well, and it is again by Buckeye, and it's just one of these things that is really going to be useful throughout the building to have. And so that's really about it for our sanitizing cart. Again, these are mobile. These will be outside every bathroom, and so yeah. that's about it. All righty, on with the next segment. Okay, everybody, it's time for dismissal. It's time to go home. What is this going to look like? And the teachers will really help you out, students, to figure that out. But let's talk about a couple things. So, car riders. Second grade car riders, since this is your hall, second grade, you're going to come sit down in this hall here. Over here, we're going to have third grade. In the Learning Commons over here, if you'll follow me, because that's actually one room we have not gone to visit, and Mrs. Sherman, our Media Center Specialist of the Galaxy, is in here. So fourth and fifth will be over here. Kindergarten will be spread out through here. And then our first grade students are going to be out in the hallway right here. So everybody's plenty spread out. We'll have a lot of adults up here calling names to get you safely out to your car. Parents, car rider tags. Have your car rider tags in your car. Very important that you do that. No walking up to the door, okay? We've got to have parents stay in the car. We'll get your kiddo in the car safely, and off you go, all right? Buses. So buses are going to dismiss before the car riders. ASP will dismiss before car riders. Kind of minimize the amount of any cross movement that may be going on. ASP is going to head out early and go over to the cafeteria for check-in. All the students on buses will go out four exits, excuse me. So they'll go out the kindergarten, they'll go out the Busport, they'll go out the first grade hall, and then that back on that fifth grade hall, we have all these different ways for students to dismiss and get safely out to the buses. We have about a 4-minute distance time between that, so should be a pretty squared away program. So I just wanted to, that's kind of a brief overview of dismissal. Well, that's the end of our video. Again, I apologize for the length, but I thought it would be necessary for you to see what's going on in our building. So just a couple of closing comments. So again, moms and dads, I understand this is going to be tough come October 5th for that first week, turning your babies over to us, but I want you to know that we have plenty of people, and we're going to make it as safe and as fun as possible for them to begin their school experience, and for many continue it, since we haven't been in a building since March the 13th. So a couple other things, please remain in contact with your teacher, and the extension of grace, again, on both sides of this is going to be very important. Navigating these waters, in the next month or so, trying to land on a solid routine is going to be really important for us to do. So please practice some patience, and as we communicate needs. A couple of those common things that do come up, and trust me, I do understand that many lives have been affected financially through the pandemic. But as always in a school, in this environment, some of the hot commodities right now, and again, are just donations. We're not requesting. If you are able to and have the means, wipes is probably one of the hottest commodities out there. And also plastic tubs and small plastic containers. Those things help tremendously. Paper towels is another one, the little 79-cent rolls from Publix or Kroger or wherever. So but that's about all I've got for you today. Thank you for your time. We do look forward to seeing you on October the 5th, and we'll talk to you soon. Take care.